This right here gonna be a cakewalk.
So EVO is finally over. I did a total of like 30 hours worth of streaming, and it was, I would say, the best EVO to ever happen. Not only in terms of announcements, which we'll get to, but also in terms of just raw competition. Here on your screen right now is the top 100 players out of the 4,646 players who were there. So this is the top 100. This tournament was incredibly stacked. So many good matches, so many good moments. Some of those moments will just be scattered throughout this video. Some of the highlights, if you will.
One game. Oh, it's a jack-off. 3 p.m. at EVO on Friday. A good old-fashioned jack-off. Here we go. Oh, no!
Oh my God! Why did hit it?
I like that this time around, EVO shows us every match that the top 6 winner side has won, so it really can put it into perspective how many players, one, they face, and two, they overcome. Like if you just focus on Arslan's section, he beat CBM, JDCR, Kudons. Those 3 names alone is incredible. So the fact that Arslan and all of these players were able to rise up like that, I just love it. I love it. Now, something else you gotta mention is Dragonov. This old screenshot of JDCR reacting to the Dragonov trailer surfaced. In it, he says, what if Dragonov is so broken that everyone plays him? And that prediction, that theory, that idea came to be. Not only was there Dragonov spread all throughout the whole tournament, top 64, but also top 6. And if that wasn't good enough, we also have this, the Tekken 8 representation, the top 500 players of each region. When you look across the board, number 1 in every single category is Dragonov. Going all the way down, you can see Shahid is pretty high up in every region except for the Middle East. And then you can see Panda hovering at the very bottom except for the Asia region. The character who takes the place there is actually Lars.
It doesn't hurt?
Oh my God! That hurts me, brother! Oh dear Lord!
The pants don't rip.
Magic pants!
The pants don't rip.
Something else that they also announced, and I have to mention this, they announced a total of $300,000 for the prize pool. Now this is kind of underwhelming. Street Fighter has put up $1 million 2 years in a row, so to see Tekken 8 not match that same price is kind of crazy. Also, when Harada constantly brags about how Bandai Namco is a bigger company than Capcom, so much bigger is what he say. If Capcom could put up $1 million, so can Tekken. But what we got is $300,000. I don't know how much of that will go to first place. Hopefully at least a good 100,000, maybe 150,000. But let's keep going.
No, I don't think I'm gonna play any other fighting games because Tekken 8 is so hard, and I think this is my biggest win so far. The beginning was very rough, and now I can say, you know, I am at the top again.
EVO had an announcement of their own, and this is actually pretty massive, and it's going to change the whole entire landscape of fighting games as a whole. We all know they usually do an EVO Japan and an EVO Vegas. Now they're adding 2 more categories, an EVO Las Vegas and an EVO Nice. This is in France. They also have another category. This is looking off into the 2026, so the way future. You can see they're adding one in Singapore. This is all a part of their goal of expanding. EVO is so massive and they want to make it more. More EVOs, more EVOs, more EVOs is the goal. Now let's talk about the actual reveals. First off, you had one reveal get posted early, which was the Cyberpunk Guilty Gear Strive collaboration. That kind of dampened their reveal, but players were still excited regardless. On the Tekken side of things, you do got to acknowledge the reveals, the leaks, and everything that was said to be. Now, there was some people who were showing up in a live stream like, ha, you were wrong again, Moonsault Slayer. But you guys got to understand the difference between when I'm predicting something, like with Lydia. I was crazy, bro, predicting the release date, thinking I know everything, and I ended up being wrong. But with this Fakram and Marduk situation, this is a leak that was discovered months ago, and not by me. The 2 people who discovered it, they also were very surprised by this announcement as well. Both of them tweeted out. One person says, as the one who first revealed Marduk almost a year ago, I cannot stress enough how much I want to be wrong, and wrong this person ended up being. Also, another account, Tekken Warehouse. As you can see in the screenshots, it says Australia, Thailand, and Poland. This is the evidence that's made us believe that Fakuram and Marduk will be the next characters. And the funny thing is, when all of this stuff was going on, Harada tweeted out that he's aware of the leaks, but don't pay attention to them because it's going to be deleted and it's old information. And at the time, we just thought he was trying to distract us, but he was honestly telling the truth. What's interesting about this whole thing is Fakuram still may actually be the final character. We have more evidence to suggest that. I'm going to make a separate video about that, so just subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, we'll get to that. But let's focus on Heihachi now, the big man.
On that, the shoulder. Well, he can kill. He has rage. The shoulder again. Oh, the razor. Oh my god.
I can't believe I beat him.
I'll quit this game.
First thing you got to talk about is this hint from Harada over like a couple of months ago. He said summer is raccoon, we now know that is Lydia. He says koala autumn, which we now know that is Heihachi. And when you look at a picture of a koala, it makes so much sense. Now what we have to figure out, and you guys comment down below if you know who this character could be, we now have to figure out which character could possibly be a hamster. The Tekken subreddit was saying Bob. Me personally, I'm not sold on that. But this Heihachi announcement came out of left field. As JDCR said on Twitter, he said really. Harada said real. Also, Ikeda says it's completely true. I like how in the EVO reveal, they showed us many different instances where they teased the fact that Heihachi is dead. Heihachi is dead. From Raven in Tekken 5, Raven in Tekken 7, and they even showed the famous clip of Harada where he said himself,
Heihachi Mishima is completely dead.
He also talked about it in a news article that I was referencing to over and over again, and two, it was like another source of him saying that Heihachi's one, not immortal, two, he failed to get the devil gene, and three, like he was surprised about how dead he was, is what Harada said in that interview. So to see that after all this time they got us, they tricked us, baited us, they released Heihachi, and in my opinion it was the greatest reveal ever. Not only because Heihachi is legendary, but also because what we were expecting to happen was chaos, was torment, was suffering. Marduk, heat tackles, Fakuram, heat attacks, no one wanted that except for the people who mained those characters. So the fact that we dodged that bullet but also got hype reveals as well, that makes this EVO one for the history books for sure. Everywhere you look, from the competition to the reveals to the fun little moments in between, this EVO was absolutely legendary. And there's more videos that I want to make. The next video I'm going to post is a breakdown of Heihachi's trailer. Subscribe for that. But I'm going to be firing out many videos just covering everything as it relates to Tekken. And who knows, we may even talk about some Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat along the way. But I just want to give you guys a little sneak peek of everything that happened at EVO. It was a lot happened, but also it was really fun.